Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am finally going to show you how to make paperclip bead necklaces. Did I say that right? Paperclip necklaces with paper beads on the paper clips. Today I'm going to show you the very basic version of this necklace. It would be good for, kids to knock some out. Then I will show you later how to design your own paper. The neighbor's cat is scratching. Hang on, I gotta go let him in. Can't concentrate. He scratches on my window. Okay, all the supplies you need for these practice necklaces are paper clips. There's Tigger. And this is even more disturbing. You have to get down, sweetie. You go play. You would swear he was our cat. All you need for today's practice necklaces are paper clips and paper. You can use magazine pages, construction paper, junk mail, whatever. You can also use artwork that the kids have drawn or colored and cut strips out of that and use that. Let me just show you the basic idea here. This is one that I have made. Okay, I gotta go put him out, I'm sorry. So just to show you the basics, this is a necklace made just with paper clips and magazine pages. Now you can see that, it's cute, it's very slinky, awesome for kids to make, but kids can make these necklaces in no time with construction paper or just any colorful printing paper, and just make some friendship necklaces. It's a good activity for sleepovers. Very, very fun. I'm even thinking how fun it would be to make like red, white, and blue ones to bring to the parade and hand out on the 4th of July. Just so much you can do. Because this is basic, and this is what I'm going to be showing you today. I don't know yet if I'm going to do magazine pages or construction paper. Please excuse my hands. They're always dirty, gooped up with glue. Anyway, so I'm going to show you the basics, and then later I will show you how to design your own paper. Very easy, no talent required, to make these awesome necklaces that look like marbled. Some of them look like marbled stone, and you can see that these have split rings between the paper clips. And I have made tons of these. Everyone who sees them in person just can't believe that they are made from paper. These are copy paper that I have painted before making the beads. So those will come next. Today we're going to show you this one. And then even the ones without the split rings can be made with some painted paper. So you see I have some painted paper here. Very easy to paint this way. Even without the split rings, they are still pretty cool. Have a nice marbled effect. Once you know how to just make the basic necklace, I'm going to be showing you all kinds of ways to design your paper, to make stripes and to make some like that will have paper, and then in between we'll have pony beads, and very, very fun. Okay, let's just go get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is count out some paper clips. I find that 20 to 24 paper clips is good, so we're going to just do 20 today. So 1, 2, 18, 19, 20. Well, what are the odds that I picked exactly 20? Okay, we're going to put these together. I know there were a few that are stuck together here, so I'm just going to take those apart. All right, what I do is I just take a paper clip. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. Just take the paper clip, and I just keep them going in the same direction. So see how they're both in the same direction? Just hook this one over this one, pull down. Again, take a paper clip. Just clip them together like that, the whole row. Very easy for kids to do. Oh, and I wanted to show you these mats that I use. Whoops. I save even this, and when they are all covered with paint like this, I cut those into strips and triangles, and I make fun beads for Skylar like this. And those go into her basket of beads like this. Back to paper clipping. So just keep clipping together. These are just your standard size paper clips, but you can get jumbo ones if you like. I don't think they'll hang as nice because the jumbo ones can be really long. But hey, you do whatever you want. Okay, at this point, I suggest you go ahead and connect into a circle. Just take your last two, try it on over your head, and that way you'll know if you need to make it longer or not. Once you know if this is the length you want, go ahead and take two apart again. You want to work in a just open chain so it's easier to handle. The next thing you want to do is measure your paper clips. These are 1 inch, and see, just to get an idea of how wide you want your strip to be. I generally cut my strips at the 7/8 mark, so what I suggest is you make yourself a template. All right, get yourself a piece of cardstock or something a little bit thicker. You can even use a cereal box. I'm just using a thick page of a magazine, and I'm just going to cut a strip. Let's see. I have a paper cutter, but you don't need to use a paper cutter. Just cut a strip, doesn't matter how wide. It's just going to be your template. Let me make it straight. You're just going to mark this so that you have like a ruler for marking out your paper for the beads. Okay, I'm just going to take a marker here. Take this out for right now so I can move around here. Okay, so 7/8 is the line. I'm just going to put the ruler on the paper. Here's your 7/8 line right there. So go to 1 inch and just count 1, 2 little tiny lines. Make a mark right there. Then the easiest way to count the next 7/8 is to just put the inch there. And again, mark 7/8. Go over 7/8 and just do that all the way down this strip. Now I actually realize that might be better if these marks are like at the edge of the paper. See, I don't make a ruler for myself. I'm trying to do this to be helpful for you guys. So I'm just going to do this, because I'm not fussy. I'm just going to go ahead and just draw these up to the top here. Doesn't have to be perfect. And that's going to at least give me an idea of where to draw my marks. There. I'm going to cut this little bit off. So now we have a template to measure paper. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this with construction paper. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. I just spent the better part of an hour trying to show you how to make this necklace with construction paper, and it was such a pain. I haven't actually made one of these with construction paper. I thought it would be cool because you could have a solid color. Kids might like that. I don't suggest it. I don't know what kind of construction paper I have, but even my tackiest glue did not want to hold it down. So skip the construction paper at this point. We're gonna go with a plain old magazine paper. And again, this is just for practice anyway. So I just want to let you know that if you do want to use magazine paper, first of all, fold your paper in half. You can make a necklace, one necklace with one piece of paper, whether it's magazine or copy paper, construction paper, whatever you want to use, just takes one. You can actually make a necklace up to 24 paper clips long if you cut at 7/8 of an inch. If you want to make the necklace longer and you really want to use just one sheet of paper because of the colors in it, then you could cut your strips into 3/4 inch strips, and that'll give you more strips. Can't for the life of me figure out in my head exactly how many, but it would give you more. Hang on a second. Okay, if you make your strips 3/4 of an inch, more paper clip will show, but that's pretty. It makes it shinier. You can make a necklace 28 paper clips long out of one sheet of paper, assuming your paper is at least 11 inches long. What I do is I just fold in the center. When you're looking at your paper and like what colors to choose, just look at like the center, like about here. All the colors on the edges are not going to show. We're going to be wrapping up over those. So what you see here in the center is what the beads are going to look like. Just pick a piece, make up your mind. Going to cut this piece of paper in half. And if you just make your fold line, you could just cut your fold line, which I could have done, or you can put it on your paper cutter, and I'm just going to follow the fold. Voila. So now we're going to take our handy dandy little template. And I know, sometimes I say template. I think that's the proper pronunciation in the US, but sometimes I say template, which is the UK version. I don't know what that means about me, but I just like to say things different ways, I guess. Now I'm just going to put this down. It doesn't matter where you make your mark. I'm just gonna make my marks so I know where to cut my strips. See how handy dandy this is? This is even handy dandy for me because I never use a little ruler like this. Oh yes, we only need 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This on the last mark. 11, 12. And there'll be a little piece left over here. So there's 12, so we only need 8 more. Ooh, I just realized, look, since I cut this in half, instead of making this be the center of my paper, I could make it be this. And now we have a lot more greens and water. That's what I'm going to do. Brilliant! So just anywhere where you can see the marks here. So we need only 8 more. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because we're making a 20 paperclip necklace. So if you do have a paper cutter, I just make sure my little mark is there on the edge. What you can do if you don't have a paper cutter, you can go ahead and use a rotary cutter if you want, or you can just take your ruler and you could just, you know, make your mark like that and then cut that with scissors, whatever works for you. And don't worry about the strips being perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to cut all my little strips. If you happen to have dark paper, you can always make your lines with some chalk. Here we go. I'm going to show you how to do this. Take your chain. You never cover the last 2 because then if... Scares me every time. That's for my mother. We'll just wait. Oh, she picked up. If you cover the last 2 paper clips, then they're covered and you can't hook them together. Just leave your 2 end ones uncovered until the end. I'm going to start here, and it's good to skip every other or even every other because then it just makes it easier to work with. And then after those are rolled, you can go back and fill in. This is the side I want for the bead, so that goes on the bottom. Flip over. Fold the top about 3/4 of an inch. Don't have to measure that. Put some glue. Take a paper clip. Well, let's start with this one. Just fold it over a paper clip. Kind of squish it on there. Doesn't matter if it's, you know, perfectly centered. You want to try to make it so that the paper is in the middle of the paper clip so you can see your paper clip on both ends. It shifts a little bit, but once it's dry, it'll just stay there. Again, take your next piece of paper. Decide which end you want to be the bead. I want this end, see? I don't want the arm. I want this end. So on the bottom, flip it over. And this is the part you're going to fold. Add some glue. Skip down to this guy. Just so I don't disturb this one while it's drying. Put it there. Squishy, squishy. See, I couldn't do this with the construction paper. That construction paper was just popping up every time. 'Twas very frustrating. This one doesn't matter. Both ends are pretty much the same. I want this end to be the bead. So, bottom, flip over, top. Okay, and I just kind of like just move them to the side, and then I go again. I like this end, so that's on the bottom. Flip over, I fold up here. And like I said, I just skip paper clips. We'll do one more and then I'm going to let these dry. And let's do this guy right here. No matter what kind of paper you use, this is going to be the same process. That's why I'm making this video, just to show you guys. So when I do future videos, I don't have to explain this step every time. I'll just refer you back to this video. And what I do is I just let that dry for a little bit so that they're dried onto the paper clip and then they don't shift so much. Let those dry for about 5 minutes. Okay, so after you just let these dry for a little bit, see now it won't slide on the paper clip. Go ahead and get your glue ready. Start to just fold the paper over. That's all you have to do. Do a couple folds And then I put a little bit of glue, rub it in. Just keep folding, folding, folding. And I like for mine to end on the very edge. That way there's no seam on either side of the bead. So what I do is I just trim it so that there's just about 1/8 of an inch showing. See how there's just a little bit showing? Put a little bit of glue there and that will just easily fold over and the seam will be right on the edge. And you don't have to worry about glazing these because this is just, you know, this is just a practice piece. And magazine pages are glossy, so that part's already done for you. So let's just do another one. Start to fold, fold. Little bit of glue. Doesn't take too much. It's just to, gives it a nice harder finish when it's dried. Fold over, over. Is this one going to make it? Sometimes it doesn't quite make it to the edge, but if I push a little bit, then it rolls up. You just want to make sure that it goes on the edge, just so, straighten that out a little bit, so you don't have a seam showing. If you don't care about a seam, or if it's kids doing it, don't worry. Just let them fold it over and let the seam land wherever it is. So you can see these are going to be kind of cool, these beads. They look very earthy. I'm going to like it. Fold, 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 fold. And trim just a little bit. And that's what you're going to do to all the others. That's why you can see that it's nice to have spaces in between so you don't have all these flaps in your way. So I'm just going to finish these two. If there's any glue on your magazine paper, don't worry about it. It dries clear. Even if you get some on your paper clip itself, don't worry about that. So once you've done with the ones that you've made so far, you're going to just continue to cover every paper clip in the same way. I think for a magazine page, this one came out really nice. I mean, I just like the natural look of the beads. Aren't they pretty? Okay, you have it all done except for your two ends. So just kind of like, you know, lay it flat. Bring your two ends together and you're just going to hook this one into this one. Easy as that. And then you're going to finish off those two. I will be showing you in future tutorials, which will be coming up very soon, how to glaze your paper before you even roll them. So when you do hand-painted papers, or if you want your magazine pages to be coated, it's easier, I have discovered, to add your glaze, your gloss, before you even cut your paper. And then when you wrap your beads up, you're done. That will be coming in a future video. Okay, I'm just going to let this dry. And when it's dry, I'll actually put it around my neck so you can see how long it is with 20. Very, very awesome. Love, love it. I want to show you really quick. Okay, so you can see this one is just the, paper clips attached to each other. I also make these with a split ring between. What's nice about the split rings is it lets the paper clips lay flat on you. See how when they're hooked on a paper clip to paper clip, one wants to go up and down, one wants to lay flat. But when you put a split ring between, you eliminate that problem. This is still just awesome as it is. This is just a little bit better, a little bit slinkier, and also adds shiny. And you can see I'm using silver paper clips and I have gold split rings here. I don't know if you can tell the colors. The gold split rings are what I have a lot of, so that's what I'm using. So I'm just going to show you how to attach those. Now you can use split rings or what they call jump rings. Split rings are more secure. So I'm just going to show you how to string together a couple Oh, I have so much glue on me. I have 6mm and 8mm. You can see the 6mm, and this is the 8mm. I am okay with both of those sizes. I would never go smaller than 6mm. That would be too hard to work with. The 8mm is much easier. You can find these at Walmart or just about online anywhere. Any craft store will have them. And so far the pricing is cheaper at Walmart. So let's just say we're going to use the 8mm beads. These are the easiest ones to use. Take your paper clip, and I always do mine the exact same way. So I just hold it this way, you know, with the two pointy parts facing in this direction. Take your split ring, and it fits right over like that. Let me show you up close. So instead of hooking your paper clip in here, you're just going to hook the ring, see? Now you take your next paper clip, and you just open the edge a little bit, and you slide it into the split ring. Easy as that. Next, go get another split ring, connect it. Get another paper clip, connect it. And that's all you do. So you have your split rings in between. Now a split ring is called a split ring because it splits. It's almost like, you know, like a keychain. You can stick your fingernail in there and open it, but it's very, very hard to do. So I just do it that way. Now, if you use the smaller split rings, you have to do it a little bit differently. So what I do is I take the first paper clip, because the little split rings do not fit over that center part. So what I do is I take it and I open it up with this finger, and I take this and I put it in and I bring it all the way to the bottom. So that's how I get it there. And then I put this down. Then I do it again to this one. I take another one and I do the same thing. I take the little ring and I pass it through that edge and I bring it all the way down. Now at this point, you can make a bunch of these at once, or you can, attach it. So at this point, I take this guy and now I hook it to this guy. So you're getting the same effect, but it's the smaller rings. I'll do another one. So take another paper clip. Slide it all the way around, and then go and attach it to your previous. So there you have it with the split rings. And then the making of the necklace is the exact same. Whatever paper you use, you're just going to wrap it around your paper clips. Okay, so guess what? When I make necklaces using just 20 paper clips, I've always had split rings in between them, which makes them significantly longer. So the necklace that I just made, I don't know, I could squeeze it on over my head, but let me just show you the difference. This is the one I just made with 20 paper clips and no rings in between. And this is the one with 20 paper clips and split rings. I mean, look at how much longer it is, because obviously the rings are adding length to the necklace. So let me just show you what we have with the one I just made. Headband. You know, I used to like wearing headbands. Kind of funny. But anyway, I think it could actually go on me. Oh yeah, see? Push you back a little bit. My lovely craft shirt. So anyway, that's how long it is. 20 with no split rings. So it might be good for a child. It's going to be harder taking off than it was going on. Definitely, if you're using just paper clips, go with 21 or 22. When you make your necklace first, try it on, see if it's long enough. So I don't know if I can show you. I have terrible lighting right now. Very pretty. It just came out nice. The lighting is terrible here, so it's hard to show you with the lighting. I think it came out really nice. And like I said, you can see, some of the others that I've made. I've made so many, and I'm going to be showing you some, ways to decorate your paper, and you glaze the paper before you even cut it, add glitter, all kinds of things. I decorate my paper fully before I cut, and then once the bead is wrapped around the paper clip, you're done. Because I'm telling you, it's a pain to try to individually glaze every one of these beads. Not fun. My way's better. So stay tuned. I will be having some more necklace tutorials for you coming up. Thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up, pretty please. Subscribe, pretty please. Bye.